Welcome to a Honda CB200 video. I am really excited. As the name suggests, we have got the new swing arm and the new bushes are finished and done. So if you recall, the original bushes that were made followed the measurement of the plastic or plasticky inserts that went in there, but on investigation and having a go with those, they weren't going to work in the metal. So I went back to the machine shop, had a chat with Kevin down there, and he's worked up these new parts. So these are a custom made part that fit nicely into the socket here. Take the sleeve that goes through there. So in this following series, we're going to reassemble the swing arm. Now this is something we started 2 years ago, and it's taken some time. So follow me along as we start reassembling the bike and getting hopefully somewhere closer to it being back on the road. When I got the new swing arm from the US, it came with the seals, and to be honest, they look pretty good. Nice and flexible, nice and round. In here, this seal in here, I don't know how well you can make it out, there's a rubber seal in here, and if I recall rightly, this one when it came off had a tear, had a rip. Again, yeah, it's there, trust me, it's there. So I'm thinking that though these ones are nicely painted, etc., I reckon I'm going to fit these ones, which are the ones off the swing arm from the US. The seals are good inside, it looks nice and tidy all the way around, no splits, the rubber is still flexible. So I'm going to fit these ones off the US bike swing arm. So there's those ends, there's the bushes with the new sleeve, so there to go on, and there's the new bolt. So nicely there, and then we've got new grease nipples to go in at the end to put grease through this channel hole through there. I suppose one of the big decisions I've got to make is whether I go for a red cap or a black cap. I'm personally erring on the side of the red one personally. Anyway, before we can do any of this, the first thing we need to do is get these bushings into the swing arm. So the swing arm was stripped and painted, and so what I want to do is I just want to dress this surface, get rid of the paint that's on this surface here, because this is where the bushings mount up against. I also want to just give a very light sanding inside just to get rid of any rust or surface problems in there, etc. But yeah, actually, there you go. Look at that. Nice. Right then. So, dress this surface here. A couple of bits of chipping that I think I might sand down and just put a bit of spray coat on that just to stop any issues there. Dress on the inside, and then fit these so they don't all slide in. I mean, that's quite a tight slide in. And for all the other ones, he went a little bit larger just to have a little bit of a press fit into there. But we'll get those fitted. So yeah, so let's get these cleaned out. Let's get the bushings fitted. Alright, the first thing I want to do is just dress this surface at the top here where the bushing is going to mate against. So just a flat bit of paper, sandpaper, and just then with a half round needle file, I'm just going to go in and just make sure that this chamfer that's in there again has no sharp edges, nicks or anything, so that when I'm pushing the bit in it doesn't get hooked or caught. inside for any other marks, scratches, anything like that. Right, that feels nice. Nice and clean. Okay. Right. Here we go. This all cleaned up as best I can. Not going to paint it because it's quite damp and wet at the moment. So we've got one of these bushings that fits, slides nicely into there. We've then got the collar that goes into there, and that fits over this large rod. So I'm going to use this large rod with some nuts and various washers, etc., to compress the fitting with one of these, that one that fits in one end, to keep us nice and square as we go through. So I've got some grease set up over here, some LM grease, and yeah, let's fit the bushings. Let's go for it. So there's that one in. The question is now, does this fit through? Bit tighter than I'd like it to be, but it fits. Let's do the other one. So there we go. Let's see what that one fits like. Okay, that one I'm pushing by hand. This one just a little bit tight. So, polished these already. I've made sure they're all nice. So, fill them with grease, whack them in. So you might be able to make out that these two actual bushings don't meet in the middle. There's actually a gap in the middle, about halfway in there. Don't know how well you can make out. So what I'm going to try and do is fill, well actually I can take that one out. I can fill that with grease in there like that, and then slide that one back into place. There we are. And then on this, fill this channel and the holes with grease so that they're primed. And that should with a little bit of persuasion, being honest, more persuasion than I'd really like if I'm being really honest, but nevertheless. Then of course that excess into there. And that then into that end in there. Can't touch the camera to readjust because I'm covered in grease. Apologies. Basically filling that up with grease. Okay. I must say, I do like, looking at the camera, I do like that look. I do love a bit of brass. Well, this is like a ferrite bronze, if I remember rightly. And then we've got the sleeve in there, sort of the steel look. I do love those colour combinations. And then we've got the black swing arm. So there, look at that. That is just beautiful. How long have we waited for this? Absolutely years. But we're here now, look. Okay, keep those nice and clean. Clean myself up. Okay, so I've got you on a small tripod so we can get down to the bike, but before that onto here. So on this outer side here of the frame is where this sits in, and then this one sits on the inside. So I'm going to whack some grease in here and get it onto there because it all slides in, and likewise this one will go onto the bike when we slide it in. So this is the lug. It's a bit poor lighting to see, but there's the lug that that completely rubber one hooks around. So we've got to get the side of the swing arm between this plate and that, with the rubber one on that and the plate up against that one and on the other side. So if there's an issue with those bushes, the gap between this face and the other one on the side will mean that the bushes are too tight, and it'll be a right pain to get on to there. But we'll see how we go. So making sure it goes the right way up. So this is the bit that holds onto the mud guard, and down there we've got the clip that goes to the rear brake. So this is the right way up, and the lugs here for the suspension. Here we go. So the last thing to do is to pull this rubber seal here over from here over the joint here, and that then seals this this unit in here. I then need to do this up and find out the torque specs, so I'll do that. So the next thing to do on this modification is to then attach the grease nipples. So I've got a nice cap that goes over that. So there we are. So there's the swing arm in and working. I need to do up the nut on there. I think it's 50 foot-pound torque on that. So I'll do that up, and then I shall do up the grease nipples on there. And then I'm going to load it with grease. I'm going to leave that for a bit though until I get through a bit more of the build. But there we are. It's taken a good number of years to get to this stage, but we are making progress. So there we go. So I think we'll wrap up the video for now. I think it's been a long enough one for now. So do give it a thumbs up if you like it, it really helps. Do hit the subscribe button to follow along the restoration of this bike, or part restoration. And of course, do fill any comments down below if you have anything. I do read them all, and I do try to reply as to many as I can. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. We're getting there, we're making progress. In the next video, we'll carry on fitting the rest of the stuff. Anyway, cheers, bye.